where I actually played. I think. And we turned this one around pretty well, I think, in terms of, you know, the outcome, which was great. Although my mind doesn't, or my memory may not serve me correctly. Doomfist right there wanted to take care of him quickly because you kind of let him go and he kind of goes crazy. Okay, so far not too bad. Moving in with my team, Lucy on the back. Okay, not too much. Okay, pull her up. Cool, double, triple kill, sweet. All right, there goes the fat man. Sweet. We're doing all right, kind of cutting through, whatnot. I'm a little surprised, especially with them having a Reaper on their team and us being in this elo, which typically, you know, at this elo, you tend to have issues when it comes to that, where the Reaper just kind of goes to town and there's not much you can do about it, unless you've got some people really hitting their headshots and whatnot. So recently saw a video where the guy was just like, you know, get better. And I mean, it definitely makes sense. You definitely want to work on your aim if you're going to be playing DPS, which is one of the things that part of the reason why you hardly ever see me play a DPS, primarily because, well, my aim isn't that great. I know that, statistically speaking, when the older you get, the worse off your reaction time becomes. But I don't have that great of reaction time. My Twitch is all over the place. I get really nervous, start moving around, I miss shots all over the place. It's horrible. So I'm going to continue to work on that aspect. But, you know, with Orisa, she doesn't do a lot of damage at distance, from what I understand, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe that the closer you get, if you're within 15 meters of her, you start to do you know, more damage, like 40% more damage or something to that effect, which is pretty substantial. Get that Reaper out of there. Shield down. Just barely got taken out by that Reaper. Zarya is seriously like, you play her well, and it's somebody to, you know, to be reckoned with, basically. I jumped in a little too far here, so alright. Let me get in here, and in all honesty, I don't think we make it back in after this. Like, we lost the point when we weren't able to retake it. I'm correct? I don't know. We'll see how things roll out. The Hanzo actually was putting in some work, which is nice. You know, because those ults came out of nowhere and definitely changed the scope of the game and whatnot. This Winston and his, like, shield placement is just, he did well. But I applaud him for his play on that. It was good. Interesting. Oh, all right, cool. We did retake that. All right, yeah. So it did actually turn out well for us on that aspect. Yeah, I tried to stay with my team as much as possible, cover them up as much. I think in this next push here, yeah. Okay, yeah. Here's the area where, like, this bothered me a lot, and you know, when in Rome, you know, be like a Romans, play like Romans, whatever, that kind of stuff. And it's just, I have a big issue with overextending or when people overextend, basically. I don't like it, and I try not to move up. But the fact that my entire team, and you'll see this coming up here soon if you weren't watching or whatnot, you know, definitely did that. And it's really bad play when it comes down to it. You don't want that kind of thing happening, because obviously then they just take the point right off of us, and we luck out because we do actually do well. And like I said, we were rolling some massive damage coming out on this. I try to move around to get the Diva. Okay. The Roadhog was hitting his hooks. He was obviously a better Roadhog than I was. Hanzo was doing well. The Brigitte was just going nuts. So, and see here, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm just standing back here, like, twiddling my thumbs going, okay, what the heck? We get one pick, or they got one pick on us, which is the Hanzo, and I'm just like, okay, but they're surviving the whole time, and I'm just like, should I go out there? Should I not? So I kind of step out here, just give a couple, or some cover, but not too far. Throw down a little shield to see if I can, you know, help out a little bit. You know, and then at this point in time is when they started taking the point off of us, I believe, or this is when they start moving in quickly to take the point off of us, and it's just, we get wrecked. So definitely don't want to do that. One of the issues with, gold and silver, lower gold and silver and platinum even whatnot, is just that kind of play ends up happening. People being stupid and you know going out and wanting to get the kill and whatever else. See, like I said, he came in, ulted, took it out. They were trying to come back. They were getting butts handed to them, type of thing. It's not all that great. Okay. Do this forward. Come back in here. We're all moving in, which was one thing that I want to point out. We did actually do pretty well at moving, as a team, doing our team fights, basically kind of moving in, calling some stuff out here. But I'm not playing the sound on this at this point in time. But thank you, Moira. She kept me alive in there, which was great. I don't know why I kept throwing my shield down, and then I took 2 unnecessary hits there. But like I said, Moira kept me alive, which was great. Roadhog went over, took care of that Hanzo. Jump in on point. This I thought was really funny. Yep, I was gold at that point. I think he was trying to time it and just missed his timing. Punch. He thought he was going to be able to hammer down right as I came off of gold, which would have taken me down. But I think he just missed his timing on that. So bad luck for him. Good luck for me. Once again, everybody pushes up. At this point in time, I make the decision to kind of move up with him a little bit sooner than I did the last time. I mean, I'm calling and saying, hey, don't move up there. We're overextending again. And the Mercy pulls in, which I thought was funny that the Mercy was actually the one that did that. But overall, this wasn't a bad. I think I actually did pretty decent on my play here. Obviously, we came out with a win, which is good. Took out the Winston, which is a huge thing. I mean, and then I get taken out by Bob and Reinhardt. Yeah, Winston is a huge counter for both Orisa and Reinhardt because it goes right through your shield. It's not. It sucks basically. I think we end here soon. So he was a priority target for me. Plus, we had a whole bunch of squishies in the back. We had a whole bunch of squishies basically. And just having a Winston bounce around is not healthy for the team at all. So it was good that we were able to take care of that pretty quickly. And we end it here. That was definitely some good stuff. Let's take a look at this. This one here was... I think we lost this. No, we won this one also. This one, I gotta give it to Mogsy. Mogsy. And Jedi did well as well. I mean, the whole team really did pretty well on this. But Mogsy went in there and just annihilated when we go on an attack. Defense, we didn't do all that well. We kind of folded under stuff. I think it was primarily because I wasn't mobile, or I don't know. I don't know what ended up happening behind me. There wasn't communication coming through, which was kind of a big issue with everything that was going on. I kind of wish that there was a little bit more communication from my teammates at that point. I mean, there was some, but nobody was telling me what was going on behind me. So I think at this point, like our team, that was a little too far up. As you can see, there's a little gap over to my left-hand side that I should have accounted for and set back a little bit more, but I didn't. The reset, not too bad. The Ryan's kind of trying to push himself in. There's Zarya's doing a good job at keeping him bubbled and alternating between, his bubble the bubble and whatnot. So she should be pretty ulted here pretty soon. I'm not trying to keep them all boxed together. The Ryan just goes down. He tried to get in there at least. Not sure why. There we go. My hits weren't hitting all of those right there. Zarya bubble again. Yeah, there's Zarya played pretty well. This is pretty standard right now. I'm not a pro, so I don't do the whole let's play off the point type of thing where you're up back elevated and whatnot. Which I mean it makes sense, but the thing is that that saved me from that charge, but then I wasn't getting healed and Mercy was healing somebody else and didn't switch over to me at all. Although I might have been purple at that point. I didn't catch that. Hang on. That saved me so much. Did I catch that? I didn't catch that, whether or not I was purple. Yep, I am purple. I can see it on the outside here. Okay, yeah. So definitely purple. So that was all right. So the Mercy at that point in time couldn't have healed me at that point, and that's something that I need to be a little bit more aware of when it comes down to making sure that I, am aware of whether or not I am, antenated by their Ana or whatnot. If I've got a Discord on me, whatever, that kind of stuff. Basically, I'm taking a lot more damage. Because really, when it comes down to it, I mean, like I said, I'm a Mercy main, so I know that when it comes down to it, it's a Mercy's job to basically choose whether or not you die. Yeah, I mean, that's stop the Rhine real quick. Okay, put that down. Not too bad. Yeah, see, I had just gotten my shield back at this point. They were just rushing in. Wasn't too much that I could have done at this point. Yeah, Jedi's just trying to do whatever he can to make things happen. I mean, really, everybody is. We held him off a little bit longer than I expected. Kind of put that in there. All right, cool. This sucked. Yeah, I was definitely in a bad position for that. I think I stepped out. Pull everybody together again. Probably should have moved to the left and gone after the Zarya because of the wall. Hindsight 2020, but it's definitely a good thing to think about now that I'm able to take a look at this. And this is part of the reason why I'm doing this. The reason why I'm going through my play is A, to help make myself better, B, to kind of show the different issues that I had while I was playing and what I could have done differently that may have turned this fight a little bit more. So I switched over to Roadhog just to try and get on the point, make us last a little bit longer. Because at this point, I mean, they're pushing so much. They've got such a commanding lead on us and just are annihilating us so much that really I'm just trying to make it so that the time we don't have, like, they didn't end it at 5 minutes or 6 minutes. I mean, they were pretty close. I mean, 4 minutes and 35 seconds. That's a good amount of time. And I'm actually very surprised that we were able to do what we did. I mean, this push that you're going to see here, like, was just insane. And like I said, Mogsy just went in, and she's right now. She is right now. She's May. I can't remember if she changes, which is funny. So I'm taking a look at his stuff now. This tells you a lot of stuff. He or she person has a lot of hours on a whole bunch of different tunes. Reinhardt being one of them, which was, I was a little surprised they didn't play Reinhardt, but maybe they're sick of playing Reinhardt and they don't want to play it, which is fine. Part of the reason why I don't just insta-queue and lock down Mercy is because I've played Mercy. I've got over 126 hours on her at this point. It's, you want to switch it up. You want to get better at other things, basically. So part of the reason why I'm playing McCree right now is A, he's pretty strong. His hammer fan is insane. His reload, the whole nine is all pretty crazy. So, if I can get decent at him, that'd be awesome. But it helps me with my aim actually a little bit more with my Ana, which I know that there are two different things. One's a projectile, one is something else. But basically, it's just one's faster than the other, basically, when it comes down to it. And, all right, so this I thought, hopefully, all right, cool. That was an awesome wall to pin that Zarya there. The Rhine goes down. I mean, we just literally walk in and just say, hi, this is our point, get off, please. Okay, now I'm a look at, okay. So I asked during this time, how is this Genji staying alive? Because it's freaking crazy. Like, the dude was seriously just bouncing around, staying alive the whole time, and he's got an Ana that's actually helping him. That's why. Luckily, he didn't get that ult just all the way off, because that would have been bad news for us. Cool, we've got that. I've got my ult at this point, which is great. A whole bunch of us are all very close to getting our ults going into the next phase, you know, which definitely helps us to kind of roll on and do exactly what we're going to do here, and kind of do stuff. So far, not bad play. I think going back, that charge that I had going in on the Reinhardt, I may rethink that next time. Like, I don't think I would do that again. This, I definitely needed to get that Reinhardt out and down. He was a big issue, and would have continued to be a big issue. All right, got the Genji down a little bit, which was good. That helped out. I mean, we're just basically cleaning up here at this point. I mean, yeah, we've got some issues going on, but it's pretty controlled, especially when you have a Reinhardt that's just basically free swinging and kind of putting his shield up every so often. Yeah, here we go. There goes the 76. But yeah, you know that you've got this point pretty much locked up. It's like, okay, next person's coming on. And they're doing what we were doing at that point, basically just filing on, trying to, you know, extend the point, extend the time itself for as long as they possibly could. And I mean, they did pretty decent and whatnot. We just seemed to have, on attack, were able to just really put it to them. I mean, that's almost a minute difference between the two. And that was really, I think, what made the difference there. Because coming in on this second try, so we're defending here, and we do a lot better with our defense. I mean, they do end up getting the first point, which I was a little surprised about, but they did make it there. But we did pretty well. We were able to, you know, cut them down. And that's one of the things that, like, I tried to go to bed. Good night. Love you. But that's one of the things that I try to keep in mind when I'm playing, you know, competitive, is like, you know, it's not the end of the world if, and that was, what was that charge? I don't even know what that charge was. He was frozen there. I mean, it just, I did see the Mei was coming back, and I was like, okay, let's go back here and help my Mei, because she was just seriously, like, holding it down, doing well. But which is funny, because then after this I have another one that went well. Take the Ryan, charge him, boom. You know, yeah, I don't think that my charges, I need to make better decisions on charges, I think, is what it comes down to. Be a little bit more sparing on them. But anyways, back to what I was saying. It's not the end of the world if they make it onto the first point and take that. That's not really the issue. Looking at this a little bit hard. Not too much of an issue. Doing that piece. I need to remember that and continue to remember that, because it's like, if they do take the point, and we're staggering them pretty well, that just means that the next point they're not going to have as much time, which means that we're going to have a better point. And if I'm not dying as much, that means I'm protecting a lot more, and you know, it's going to be a lot better for us to roll into the next round or the next point or whatever, basically, which is good. And I'm going to continue to do that, because we did this. I mean, we did pretty decent team fights here. I think I would have had that, or that a diva if. See, I could have used my hammer down here, but I didn't. I did it there. I guess that was too far. Okay, that's good to know. Good information to know, but not the distance. And that's the other thing I got to play with and make sure. Reinhardt's not my primary, but not Michael the Butler. The other, my partner on American Gaming Dad, he actually plays Reinhardt. I think that's actually his first gold weapon. But and that's like his primary. He's awesome at it. He's got good positioning. He's got good, you know, environmental awareness, the whole nine. You know, his flame strikes are on point. But he does a great job. He plays that medium. I'm going to protect you, but I'm going to make a move when I need to make a move, type of thing. You know, and then you have my other cohort, which is, you know, Combat Carl. He or striker in the game, but he plays a little bit more aggressive. I mean, you don't expect him to keep his shield up all that much, but the dude gets eliminations like it's going out of style. Now, going forward, whatnot, he does really well. But from what I understand, and based upon all the information that I've digested, when it comes to like, I'm not even gonna say platinum. Platinum may even work in, but mostly like diamond and above. I'm guessing it's gonna be a little bit more strenuous on them. See, I was just waiting for him to put his shield down, really. But see, I dove in there again, which was dumb. I should have just backed my way up. Hopefully make it all the way back, or just charged back to the point that would have been there, because then I probably would have been alive, or my Ana, who was there on the point, could have healed me on my way back. I could have been like, hey, I need healing, and just kind of back my way out. See, that's the other part of making, in the moment of making decisions, and doing this is going to allow me to understand and be like, okay, last time when I did this, this is what ended up happening, and it didn't work out well. So let's not do that again, obviously. I don't think this was a bad hammer down. Here comes the Mercy. Yeah, see, I missed that part, but she didn't have much to go. And then it was just like, yeah, now I'm dead. So out of position, I went for the Mercy. I thought I could get her. I should have just let her go. But yeah, it sucks having a Mercy. Our Ana just, she held it down, whatnot, like got the point down to the point, or got the time down pretty well before they were able to actually take the point, which was great for us. We only gave them 30 seconds to make it from that point to this point here, which is not any time. I mean, you better be full on just, I've got my alts and we're rolling in and we're doing all that kinds of stuff. And I just wanted to come back on there and make sure that that was happening again. Plus, I charged up my ult a little bit more with that aspect. Didn't matter. We knew that their point was going to come there. And by the time they got to the point, I was going to be out there. And I knew that. That's fine. That's a decision that I actually made on that part. And I think I probably would make the same decision the entire time. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Yeah, I had a feeling like they were going to just come in, guns a-blazing, let's alt, so on and so forth. They did well holding him off, in all honesty, I believe. See, that D.Va should have just came onto the point. Instead, she went back over there. So she wasn't really mindful towards what the time was that was going on. Yeah, what was going on there at that point. So, 3-2 at this point, or at this section, or this time. See, and here's the thing. Yeah, Mugsy ends up actually switching out on this and going to a sim. And we're talking about what's going to go on. And I, like I said, I had a really good feeling that they were going to run Bash. And most teams, if they get into this position, they're like, let's put as much damage down. And, Bastion obviously is able to dump out a ton of damage when it comes down to it. And we want to make sure, that the shield goes down, because obviously they're having trouble with my shield. The Winston shield's not going to do too much to it usually, that kind of stuff. And, they do all right with that. That was a good strat for them. We were just lucky that, like I said, Mugsy just makes a freaking, say, a flame struck there. See, I didn't even notice that turret up there at that point in time that our Winston's taking care of. I should not have dove at that point. But I thought I had an open window because I thought the Bastion was shooting somebody else. Oh, yeah, he got all sorts of charged up at that point. Just went through and watch. You see the feed. Boom. Dead. Dead. Next one comes. Dead. Like, he was charged up fully, and anybody he was touching was going to die. And at this point, we're at 5 minutes and some odd seconds, and we're already taking the point. So they're trying to get in the point, basically. They're not going to do it. I'm going to shut the door on the D.Va. Stand back here. Hopefully get the point a little bit faster. We're at 4 minutes and 40 some odd seconds. 5 minutes now and like 10 seconds or whatever. Moving in. That's a sufficient amount of time just to get one tick. We could have taken our time the entire time and just poked this time, or this point. They were, I think, looking for a well, I can't even say a tie. They wouldn't have gotten a tie on this, right? Yeah, they were just looking to try and hold us off as much as we could. I didn't notice that D.Va up in the left. See, that's my awareness piece that I got to work on. The D.Va up on the top left, if I would have pulled my shield back up, back my way into the healing whatnot, and then walk my way out. Because if I remember correctly, and I think it shows it, I died. Nope, it didn't show. I think my Ana was there at that point. And she was just chilling back there. She may have been able to heal me, may not have been. But even if I were able to walk my way back into that that healing piece, that would have been great. But we're still sitting in a good situation here. Not to take it for granted. I mean, I'm at 86% to my ult. Throw that out there. Boom, got my ult. Because I knew that Bastion was going to be sitting there waiting for me. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to hold this. Shield up. Let's protect. Oh, I've got 2 healers behind me, which is great. You know, and it's just like, okay, hammer down. Let's clean this up. He goes down. Boom. Keep that shield. That was the thing. I was trying to get that. Yeah, a lot of stuff was being called out at this point, and it was like, okay, there's a. Man, that turret takes a lot to go down. Yeah, I'm getting beat on right now, and it's just not okay. That's okay though. I mean, okay. Yeah, I was getting beat on there. There's not much that I could have done there at that point. I was out of position in a lot of, you know, by myself. The only thing I could have done is backed out, but I mean, I was so deep in there. It just basically should have just killed myself, and we could have regrouped, gone back in, which we basically did do. Which was good. Like I said, this was actually pretty decent. I enjoyed this. We did a lot of team fighting here, and this is really what you don't see a lot of when it comes to gold play, is the team fighting, going in as a team. And this was an awesome alt or Zen alt in here, but we just got the Ana nade to bring us all back to health. So great stuff going on there. Got a victory out of that, you know, just continued to rock and roll. And then, yeah, like I said, awesome play here. Ended up rolling back into some more stuff. I played against Jedi and a couple of the other guys that I was just on the team with, which is funny. Felt bad for them, actually. So let's get back here. All right, so first initial engagement here. What do we got? All right, I see the Pharah. Try to flame strike the top, which I probably should have just flame struck it to the right. All right, take the Rein out-ish, maybe. Did I take the Rein out? No, it did not. Now the Rein's dead. So essentially, looking at it from this aspect, and I'm going to pause for a second. I dove in because the Rein was being frozen, and what I should have done is I should have just kept my shield where it's at, flame struck maybe or something to that effect, and allowed the DPS to just take that Rein down because he was frozen. The Mercy the Mei that's on our team at this point in time did a great job. I mean, props to her, seriously. Like, she did an awesome job at calling out who she was doing, or who she was freezing, and that was like a big thing for us, because it was like, this person's being frozen. Everybody just dove on that person and killed it. And they couldn't stop it. And it was one of those things where, like, I'm betting that she was probably the primary target for them. It was like, kill the Mei, kill the Mei, kill the Mei, kill the Mei. The issue is that it's very difficult to kill a Mei unless you've got somebody coming in from the top. You've got a Reaper or somebody hitting headshots, whatever it is. I mean, you got to be doing a lot of... Is the stream frozen, or did you just walk in at a weird time? You walked in at a weird time. I paused it at this point, actually. Just going over my gameplay of tonight and during or during my comp, basically, and talking about what's been going on, things that I can update and do a little bit better on next time, essentially. So, like, I played a lot of Rein tonight. Not my forte, but I did pretty all right. But yeah, I can continue it. So basically, going in. So the first engagement, my bad. I did a charge, which once again I already said about it earlier in the stream. Basically, I need to be careful with my charging and making better decisions on when to do it. And that was a horrible flame strike. But deciding to take the Mercy out was good. They have no heals now. Okay, I'm discorded at this point also. But now, yeah, this Rein's going to go down. Yeah, this is mostly cleanup right now because we did do a pretty decent job. I mean, the rest of the team did a really good job actually. All right, you're gonna die. And cleaning everything up or just killing people and whatnot. And like I said, this May right here, she did great on her stuff. The Lucio pushed us in really well. I was very interested, or I very much enjoyed being able to, as a Ryan, because you're clunky and big and huge and you walk really slow and whatnot. It was nice to have the Lucio there boosting you in with your speed. Well, I mean, he even used speed boost. He was just clicked over to speed. And it was nice having him there because, see, Ryan frozen. She's freezing him again. He's down. Yeah, and it just continues to go on that. So it was great all around, a good team chemistry at this point in time, which is another thing that's hard to get when you're in team matchmaking or in this type of scenario where you're ranking up, you're trying to rank up basically, is getting the aspects or picking up those teams where you just mesh. But I got lucky tonight, I think, really, with a lot of the teams that I got matched up with. There was that one team that didn't do so well with, but obviously, as you can see, I've gone up in my my SR, and that was because the rest of the teams, we did mesh well. There was good communication. People, disengaged when they needed to, and for the most cases and whatnot. This is just an awesome look at what can be done, with good communication, somebody calling out, priority targeting, the whole nine. See, that May just saved me, whatnot. She froze him, and then she walled him off, and then at this point, he does a charge, and she freezes him again. Look at that. I mean, seriously. I am completely okay. If anybody picks May and they do this, this is what you do as a May. Seriously, save your Rhine, play with your Rhine the whole entire time. This is what you do. Call out your points. I mean, I can't say enough. I mean, essentially, I'm just giving her so much praise on this because it was great. We ended up winning this outstandingly. I mean, look at that. Down, dead. The other team did not know what to do at this point. And also, the other piece of it is where our Lucio and our Divas pushing up. We're still moving the payload. Yep. Nope. Ryan, you're dead. We're blocking people off. We're extending. But this was probably one of my favorite rounds of tonight because it just, wow, pushing through. And then we go on defense, which was pretty cool here specifically. Now, on defense, I think I made a couple of errors here. We're going to take a look and see. Okay. May playing around with us also, which was funny. Okay, here's the start of the engagement. Throw it out. Try and get some. Obviously, it doesn't look like I hit anybody. Okay, calling out Reaper. Reaper going left. Reaper right now is a priority target, especially in the lower elos, because you need to take him out quickly because he'll go through. He's made to go through tank shields. But not only that, he heals himself at a freaking crazy rate. So, I mean, basically, he walks up to a tank and goes, "I'm here. We're going to fight." And that's what he does. So it's pretty crazy to see how that works out, basically. But the Zarya Reinhardt combination is awesome. I was able to shift out my shield, drop it every so often. She gets boosted. I put my shield back up. She's safe. I get to dive in. Boom, boom. Their Ryan's down. They don't have anything they can push with. They start to fall back. And that's exactly how this should be played. Reaper looks like he's trying to do something going up and around. Not great. In all honesty, I didn't even need to throw this because I thought he was going to come out, but he didn't even make it. So it was just, yeah. This was definitely a good team. For those of you guys that are out there that, if you see this video or see the stream, when we put it up, I'm going to try and put this up on YouTube, basically. I was hoping to get somebody with that. That was just horrible. But luckily, like I said, there's the Zarya bubble, and she is just boosted right now, like going crazy. This I didn't need to do, but I did. And he called it out. He was right. I used my ult there. It was unnecessary. Did not need to use my ult on that aspect. So maybe if they were protecting themselves well, like if they had a Rein there or an Orisa or whoever, basically, you're able to bubble through it somehow, and then I use it on that. That would have been a better use of my ults at that point. I mean, obviously, I'm building it pretty quickly at this stage here because they're just the amount of damage that we're able to put out right now is crazy. So it didn't matter too much, but in hindsight, that's here. That's like lower gold, but not and higher golds, platinum, and into diamonds and whatnot. I'm not going to be able to make that kind of mistake and live through it. Which, once again, like I said, that's why we're looking at this. I'd like to, like I said, I'm fighting my way out of gold. And that wasn't useful. Right here. That put me in a bad position. Yeah, boom. So yeah, I should have known that there was somebody behind me that was going to kill that Zen, and I should have just let it go. But decision making, and once again, my charges. So my takeaways at this point, because this game is pretty much done, but takeaways are my decision making needs to be taken a look at and improved upon. Like, I'm making bad decisions to dive in as a Rhine. Like, not okay with what's going on with that aspect. And like I said, if I get out of gold, and obviously I'm doing well here as a Rhine, so if I can continue that, then I'm going to end up getting out of gold and getting into the higher parts, and I'm not going to survive. So decision making comes down to it. So my charges need to be built up and done better. Shorter charges, solidified charges, like that wall that went up for the May. That would have been a perfect time if there was somebody trapped in there to dive in and actually do well on that aspect. Just a couple of different things that I can take a look at and moving forward that we'll be doing better with. So discussion. Yeah, so we'll take a look at what's going on moving forward. Like I said, I'm going to continue to grind my way out of gold, which is awesome. Thank you, Star Killer, for dropping in. That's funny. For dropping in. Yeah, I'm going to continue to grind my way out. I'm hoping to learn a little bit more. I'm going to continue to actually record my play and put it up on our YouTube and Facebook group and channel. Excuse me. I've got something in my throat. YouTube and Facebook channels, and also Facebook group that we've got, just to make sure that I've got those out there. And you can take a look at these videos and learn from where I'm at and the mistakes that I've been making off of them. That is the other aspect that would be good to look at. Now, these are on the streams. I may actually download this stream here because I forgot to re-record after I stopped recording and we started looking at this piece for us to really dive in. But I'll download it and get it set up and put it on there or whatnot. So it was a lot of fun tonight. Thank you everybody that dropped in and stayed with us. Michael and Stuart and Starcrawler for dropping in on us as well. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. So today is Monday. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. birthday, or MLK Day. Tomorrow is Tuesday, so we've got Combat Carl coming in tomorrow for his stream. I don't know what he's going to be streaming. He typically plays Overwatch, and typically I play with him as well, so we'll see what happens with that part of it. Also, we may have some other content coming out, some content discussions we're looking into as well, so that'll be some good stuff. If you have any topics that you'd like us to discuss, shoot them into us, and we may do it like once a month or so. We'll see how it pans out, basically. But we're also going to be putting that up on the website, which should be going live here within the next month or so, hopefully, depending on how, obviously, being a dad and full-time work someplace else, but not makes it a little bit more difficult. But we'll try and get that up and running pretty quickly, so you guys can go take a look at that. There's a lot of information that's going to be going on there. This kind of play. We're going to be looking at the updates. Different things like what AMD and Nvidia are coming out with, and Intel, and Xbox and PlayStation. The different games that are coming out and the updates. Scarlet that's coming out for Xbox. That kind of stuff, the AI gaming or online full-on gaming, that stuff. We want to really talk about that aspect. And then for gaming parents specifically, or not even really gaming parents, but just budgeting type of people, anybody that's really trying to get in and play gaming or games or become a gamer, we're going to try and build some content for you to, build a cheap PC that's going to handle your gaming for you very well. We're going to be looking at, all different aspects and whatnot. So, if you have anything that you want to see us put up, some content on, definitely write us in, or, email us, or, whatever, reach out on our Facebook. There's a whole bunch of different ways for you to do it. So, good night tonight. Definitely look forward to see you guys again. Peace out.